Is it possible to increase poultry profit without increasing bird numbers? The answer is yes. Many poultry farmers believe that the only way to make more money is to increase the number of birds. If they have 200 birds, they want 500. Expansion looks like growth. But in reality, increasing bird numbers also increases risk, pressure, and expenses. More feed, more labor, more disease risk, more capital tied up. If the system is weak at a small scale, it will break at a bigger scale. Before you think about adding more birds, you must first ask yourself a serious question. Am I getting the maximum profit from the birds I already have? Because if you are not fully efficient with 300 birds, doubling them will not double your profit. It may double your problems. Let us think about it in a practical way. If you are keeping layers and your production is averaging 60% when the breed standard says 85 to 90% at peak, you are already losing money daily. Adding more birds while your production efficiency is low is like pouring water into a leaking bucket. The first step is to fix the leak. The same applies to broilers. If your feed conversion is poor and your birds are not reaching target weight on time, your cost per kilogram is already high. Increasing bird numbers without correcting feed efficiency will only increase total losses. Bigger scale does not automatically mean bigger profit. Efficiency determines profit. In this video, we are going to focus on how to increase poultry profit without increasing bird numbers. That means extracting more value from the same flock. It means improving small details that have big financial impact. Small improvements in efficiency can create surprisingly large improvements in net income. The goal is not to work harder. The goal is to work smarter. Instead of expanding quickly, we strengthen the foundation, because once your current system is highly efficient, then expansion becomes safe and profitable. Let us start with feed, because feed is where most of your money goes. That means small improvements in feed management can create real increases in profit, even if bird numbers remain the same. The first thing to check is wastage. Many farmers do not realize how much feed is lost daily. Feeders are overfilled. Birds scratch and spill feed onto the litter. Feeder height also matters. If feeders are too low, birds will scatter feed easily. If they are too high, smaller birds struggle to eat properly and growth becomes uneven. Feeders should be adjusted as birds grow. It looks like a small detail, but over weeks, it affects total feed efficiency. You must also measure feed consumption properly. Do not guess. Know how many kilograms you are giving per day and divide it by the number of birds. For broilers, compare that with expected weekly weight. If birds are eating more than standard but gaining less weight, something is wrong. Either feed quality is poor, or there is a health issue, or management needs adjustment. If you correct that early, you protect your margin. For layers, check the relationship between feed intake and egg production. If birds are eating normally but production is below expected level, you need to investigate lighting, stress, disease, or feed quality. Even a 5% increase in egg production can significantly increase monthly revenue without adding a single bird. You should also review feed quality. The cheapest feed is not always the most profitable. If low-quality feed reduces weight gain or egg production, your cost per kilogram of meat or per tray of eggs increases. It is better to use balanced, consistent feed and monitor results than to chase the lowest price per bag. When you improve feed efficiency, you reduce cost per bird. When cost per bird goes down while selling price remains the same, your profit increases automatically. This is how you grow profit without growing bird numbers. Now let us talk about production performance and mortality, because this is another area where profit quietly increases or disappears. If you are keeping layers, your main income comes from egg production percentage. That number is not just a technical figure, it is a financial indicator. If you have 500 layers and they are producing at 85%, that means you are getting about 425 eggs per day. But if production drops to 65%, you are getting 325 eggs per day. That is 100 eggs lost daily. Over 1 month, that becomes 3,000 eggs. Over several months, the loss is serious. Sometimes the drop is caused by stress, disease, poor lighting, inconsistent feeding time, or sudden changes in feed. Chickens respond strongly to routine. When light hours are not stable, production fluctuates. Keeping a consistent daily routine helps maintain steady production. For broilers, performance is measured in weight gain and time to market. If birds take longer than expected to reach target weight, your feeding period increases. That means more feed cost per bird. Even a few extra days of feeding can reduce your margin. Regularly weighing sample birds helps you detect problems early instead of waiting until selling day. Now, let us talk about mortality. Many farmers only react when deaths become serious, but even small increases matter. Reducing mortality by even 1 or 2% can improve net profit noticeably. That means paying attention to biosecurity, ventilation, clean water, and early treatment. Do not ignore small signs like reduced appetite or dull appearance. Early response prevents bigger loss. Let us also talk about selling and cost control, because even if your birds are performing well, profit can still be weak if you sell carelessly or allow small expenses to grow without control. Many farmers focus only on production and leave selling to chance. They wait until eggs accumulate or broilers reach market weight, then they start looking for buyers. When you are in a hurry to sell, buyers sense that pressure. They negotiate hard and you accept lower prices just to clear stock. That reduces your margin immediately. Instead, try to build steady buyers. If you keep layers, identify shops, schools, hotels, or traders who can buy regularly. Even a small increase in price per tray makes a big difference over time. For broilers, timing matters. Watch your local market. If many farmers sell at the same time, prices drop. If possible, plan your chick placement so that your selling period does not clash with heavy supply. Even a small price improvement per kilogram increases total profit without increasing bird numbers. Now let us look at cost control beyond feed. Small expenses can quietly reduce your margin. Things like frequent repairs, unnecessary casual labor, poor electricity usage, or buying small quantities of supplies at higher prices. Review your expenses monthly. Ask yourself which costs are necessary and which can be reduced without affecting bird welfare. Supplier relationships also matter. If you consistently buy from the same reliable supplier, you may negotiate better prices or better payment terms. Even small savings per bag of feed or per tray of chicks add up over several cycles. Another important area is preventing emergency spending. When disease outbreaks happen because of weak biosecurity, treatment costs rise quickly. Preventive measures are usually cheaper than reactive treatment. Spending a little on prevention saves a lot later. All these adjustments may look small individually, but when you combine slightly better selling prices, slightly lower operating costs, and slightly better efficiency, your overall profit increases noticeably. And you achieve that without building a bigger house or buying more birds. Increasing profit without increasing bird numbers is not about guessing. It is about tracking small changes and seeing how they affect your final results. If you reduce feed wastage, you should see lower feed cost per bird. If you improve egg production by a few percent, you should see more trays per month. If mortality reduces, your cost per surviving bird should go down. These improvements must appear in your records. Start by knowing your cost per bird. For broilers, calculate total cost divided by the number of birds sold. For layers, calculate cost per tray of eggs. Once you know that number, your goal becomes simple. Either reduce the cost per unit or increase revenue per unit. That is how margin grows. Review your performance at the end of each cycle. Compare with the previous cycle. Did feed consumption improve? Did mortality reduce? Did selling price increase slightly? Even small positive changes show that your system is becoming stronger. Also be patient. Efficiency improvement is not always dramatic in 1 week. It builds over time. But when you consistently manage feed better, maintain routine, protect bird health, negotiate better prices, and control small expenses, the difference becomes clear in your bank balance. The important lesson here is this: expansion should come after optimization. When your current flock is performing close to its potential, when your records show stable and healthy margins, then increasing bird numbers becomes a calculated decision, not a desperate attempt to earn more. When you master the discipline of improving your margin without increasing your flock size, you become a stronger and more confident poultry business owner. And once your foundation is solid, expansion becomes a strategic decision, not a risky gamble. If you want to implement everything we discussed in a practical way, you can use my planning and performance monitoring toolkits. They will help you calculate properly, track your numbers clearly, and make better business decisions. You can download them from my online store using the link in the description. If this video has helped you, like the video and subscribe for more practical poultry business content. I will see you in the next one.